Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, eating healthy, choosing protein, because everyone says it keeps you strong, yet your energy feels lower, your legs swell more at night, or your checkups keep showing your creatinine creeping higher? If that sounds familiar, I want you to stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you is something most seniors in America never hear until it's almost too late. I'm Dr. Richard Hale, and the truth is uncomfortable, but it could save your kidneys. Right now, millions of people over 60 are making one simple mistake every single day, a mistake they believe is healthy, a mistake they've been told is the right thing for strength and longevity. Yet this very habit is silently pushing their kidneys toward exhaustion. And the scariest part is the symptoms are quiet at first: a little fatigue, a little swelling, a little foam in the urine. Nothing dramatic enough to sound the alarm. But inside your body, the damage increases by the hour. Here's the warning I need you to hear clearly. The same protein that keeps you strong can also overload your kidneys, weaken the microscopic filters that keep your blood clean, and accelerate kidney decline far faster than aging alone. It's not your fault, and it's not because your body's failing. It's because the type of protein most people rely on after 60 creates toxic waste your kidneys can no longer keep up with. But there is good news, and this is why you should not look away. If you know which proteins harm and which proteins heal, you can stop the decline, lower your creatinine, naturally reduce swelling, and give your kidneys the relief they've been begging for. What I'm about to show you isn't a diet, and it's not complicated, yet it has changed the lives of countless patients who thought they were out of options. And it may change yours next. When we talk about protecting aging kidneys, the very first protein I ask my patients to rethink is the one they've trusted for decades: animal protein. Because the truth is simple, but rarely discussed. The older your kidneys become, the less they can handle the acid load and toxic byproducts created when breaking down heavy meats. And this is exactly why egg whites have become one of my most powerful tools for seniors trying to lower creatinine naturally without losing strength. Egg whites are the cleanest, lightest, purest form of protein you can put into a stressed kidney. No phosphorus-packed yolk, no saturated fat, no excess nitrogen waste, just a pure, gentle protein your body can use without forcing your kidneys into overdrive. I remember one of my patients, Linda, a 74-year-old retired teacher. She told me, "Dr. Hale, I've been eating healthy all my life. I don't understand why my creatinine keeps climbing." When we reviewed her meals, everything looked good except breakfast. Every morning she ate 2 whole eggs and turkey sausage because she believed protein gives you energy, but her kidneys were struggling. We made just one small change: replace the whole eggs with 3 egg whites cooked in a little olive oil. Nothing drastic, no complicated diet. 3 egg whites every morning. 6 weeks later, her creatinine dropped from 1.9 to 1.5, her swelling eased, and she told me her body finally felt lighter. And it's not magic, it's science. Whole animal proteins generate a much higher load of urea, uric acid, and phosphorus, 3 of the biggest contributors to glomerular stress. Egg whites, on the other hand, contain almost no phosphorus, almost no potassium, and significantly less nitrogen waste. In fact, the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition reported that patients who swapped heavy meats for egg whites saw measurable reductions in protein leakage and blood urea nitrogen within weeks. That's how big the difference is. And if you're someone over 60 who's trying to lower creatinine, reduce morning swelling, or ease pressure on weakened nephrons, this simple switch might be the gentlest reset your kidneys have been waiting for. But here's the part most people miss, and the reason you shouldn't click away yet. Egg whites are only the beginning of this healing journey, because knowing what helps is good, but knowing what harms even more is what truly saves kidneys. And the next protein on this list reveals a truth that shocks most seniors when they finally hear it. And once you understand why egg whites give your kidneys a moment to breathe, the next step is choosing a protein that repairs quietly while demanding almost nothing in return. That is where white fish becomes a game changer, especially for seniors who want strength without sacrificing kidney health. Unlike heavier animal proteins that leave behind a trail of acid, phosphorus, and uric acid, white fish is gentle, clean, and surprisingly powerful. It's one of the rare proteins that supports your muscles, reduces inflammation, and still gives your kidneys room to recover. I'll never forget Robert, a 68-year-old former truck driver who came to me exhausted, swollen, and frustrated. He said, "Dr. Hale, I love meat. I've eaten steak my whole life. But now, even climbing the stairs feels like I'm dragging sandbags." His labs showed rising creatinine and early protein leakage, classic signs of kidneys under stress. Instead of forcing him into a drastic diet he wouldn't follow, I gave him one simple challenge: replace 3 meat meals a week with a 4-ounce serving of white fish. Cod, tilapia, haddock, nothing fancy. Just clean, lean marine protein. 4 weeks later, Robert walked back into my office smiling. His swelling had gone down. His creatinine dropped from 1.8 to 1.6. And he told me, for the first time in months, I don't feel like my body's fighting itself. The science behind that change is crystal clear. White fish contains all 9 essential amino acids, but far fewer purines compared to red meat, meaning significantly less uric acid buildup. It's low in phosphorus, low in saturated fat, and rich in light omega-3s, just enough to soothe inflammation inside the glomeruli without overwhelming the kidneys like salmon or sardines sometimes can. A study in the Journal of Renal Nutrition found that patients who regularly consumed lean fish showed improved renal blood flow and decreased inflammatory markers within weeks. That's the kind of quiet, steady healing kidneys respond to. And if you're watching this, maybe you're wondering whether your weekly protein habits have been helping you or slowly wearing you down. But stay with me, because white fish is only one piece of the puzzle. And just knowing this isn't enough, because there's another protein one that seems harmless, yet its healing power is far greater than most people realize. And once you understand how white fish gives your kidneys a lighter workload, the next protein takes that relief a step further by removing almost all of the metabolic stress altogether. That protein is tofu, a food many seniors overlook simply because they associate it with strict diets or unfamiliar cooking. But when it comes to kidney protection, tofu is one of the most underestimated healing tools we have. It's gentle, it's complete, and unlike heavy animal proteins, it produces far fewer acids and toxins during digestion. That alone can make a remarkable difference in kidneys that are already fighting to stay stable. I think of Margaret, a 70-year-old grandmother from Arizona, who came to me feeling defeated. "Dr. Hale, I've tried everything. My creatinine keeps creeping up no matter what I eat." When we looked closely at her meals, the pattern was clear. Poultry, cheese, and protein shakes, all foods she believed were lean and healthy. I asked her to try something different for just 1 month, replace every second animal protein meal with a serving of tofu. She hesitated at first, but she agreed. 4 weeks later, her labs told the story. Her creatinine dropped from 1.7 to 1.4, her morning puffiness improved, and she told me I didn't think something this simple could change so much. That's the quiet power of tofu. Scientifically, tofu shines because soy-based proteins generate significantly fewer nitrogenous wastes than animal proteins. They contain isoflavones, compounds shown to reduce inflammation and oxidative stress inside the nephrons, and they offer a full amino acid profile without burdening the kidneys with uric acid or phosphorus. Research from the Journal of Renal Nutrition found that plant-based proteins like tofu can reduce proteinuria and improve filtration pressure in CKD patients within weeks. And because tofu is naturally low in saturated fat and cholesterol, it supports renal blood vessels instead of constricting them. If you've never cooked tofu, start simple. Stir-fry it gently with vegetables, add it to soup, or grill it with herbs. Your kidneys don't need perfection. They just need a break, and tofu provides exactly that. But don't go anywhere yet, because while tofu is powerful, just knowing this isn't enough. There's another protein, one most Americans eat wrong every single day, and getting it right could change your kidneys far more than you think. And once tofu gives your kidneys the gentle pause they desperately need, there's another protein that works on a completely different battlefield, not inside your kidneys, but inside your gut. And this is where most seniors are shocked, because your gut, not your meals alone, determines how many toxins end up in your bloodstream. That healing protein is plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt, not flavored yogurt, not sugary cups from the grocery store, but the simple, tangy, probiotic-rich kind that supports the hidden system controlling inflammation throughout your entire body. I think of Harold, a 69-year-old retired mechanic who came to me complaining of constant fatigue and brain fog. His creatinine wasn't dangerously high, but his inflammation markers were climbing. "Dr. Hale, is this just aging?" he asked. When we reviewed his meals, something stood out. No probiotics, no fermented foods, nothing supporting his gut. I asked him to add half a cup of Greek yogurt each morning, paired with blueberries instead of his usual high-sugar breakfast bar. 3 weeks later, he called my office amazed. His energy improved, the fog lifted, and his labs showed lower inflammatory toxins, like indoxyl sulfate toxins created in the gut that can silently damage the kidneys. Scientifically, the gut-kidney connection is one of the most powerful yet ignored relationships in senior health. Research shows that probiotics help reduce the production of harmful compounds like picresol and indoxyl sulfate 2 toxins that worsen kidney decline when they leak from the intestines into the blood. Greek yogurt offers high-quality protein, steady amino acid absorption, calcium for bone strength, and live cultures that support gut bacteria responsible for breaking down waste before it ever reaches your kidneys. That's why even a small daily portion can make a surprisingly big difference in creatinine stability and swelling reduction. If you're someone who struggles with appetite or digestive issues, Greek yogurt is one of the easiest foods to tolerate. Mix it with apples, blueberries, or a teaspoon of chia seeds, and your gut, along with your kidneys, will thank you. But don't stop here, because while Greek yogurt helps cleanse the toxins before they hit your kidneys, just knowing this isn't enough. There's another protein green, powerful and often overlooked, that can repair your kidneys in ways most people over 60 have never even heard about. And once Greek yogurt helps settle the internal fire by calming down the toxins your gut sends into your bloodstream, the next protein picks up where inflammation leaves off, rebuilding strength without overwhelming the kidneys. That protein is edamame, the young green soybean that many seniors overlook simply because it looks too simple to matter. But don't let its appearance fool you. Edamame is one of the cleanest, most kidney-friendly plant proteins on the planet, delivering strength, fiber, and anti-inflammatory compounds in a form your kidneys can actually handle. I'm reminded of Teresa, a 65-year-old nurse who spent years caring for others, but forgot to care for herself. She came into my office exhausted, frustrated, and confused. "Dr. Hale, I'm eating less meat, I'm walking every day, but my creatinine keeps rising. What am I doing wrong?" When I reviewed her meals, she had protein, but not the right kind. Lots of salty canned beans, high phosphorus snacks, and processed foods advertised as plant protein. I suggested something incredibly simple: swap her salty bean snacks for half a cup of steamed edamame 3 to 4 times a week. Nothing extreme, no complicated recipes. 6 weeks later, she returned with tears in her eyes, the good kind. Her creatinine dropped from 1.6 to 1.3, her energy improved, and the morning swelling she dealt with for years was nearly gone. "I didn't think something this small could make such a difference," she said. "But that's the magic of kidney-smart plant proteins. Science backs it up. Edamame contains complete amino acids like animal protein, but without the heavy acid load or nitrogen waste that overworks weakened nephrons. It's rich in isoflavones that help stabilize endothelial function, the tiny blood vessels feeding your kidneys. Studies in the Journal of Renal Nutrition show soy-based proteins can lower protein leakage, reduce inflammation, and improve filtration pressure in CKD patients within weeks. Add its fiber benefits, lowering blood sugar spikes and cholesterol, and you have a protein that supports both metabolic and kidney health at the same time. Steamed, tossed into salads, added to soups, edamame works almost anywhere. But stay with me, because just knowing this isn't enough. There's one more protein, a complete plant-based grain, that could change your kidney future more dramatically than anything you've heard so far. And once edamame gives your kidneys the gentle plant-powered support they've been missing, there's one final protein that completes the picture, a food many seniors walk past in the grocery store without ever realizing how powerful it is. That food is quinoa, not rice, not wheat. But quinoa, one of the only plant-based proteins on Earth that naturally contains all 9 essential amino acids, making it a complete, balanced, kidney-safe source of strength. And the best part, unlike most grains, quinoa doesn't overload your kidneys with phosphorus or spike your blood sugar. Instead, it delivers steady energy while keeping inflammation low, making it one of the smartest choices for anyone trying to protect their filtration system. One of my patients, George, a 72-year-old retired architect, learned this in the most surprising way. He came to me frustrated, saying, "Dr. Hale, I'm eating less meat, but I'm starving between meals and my blood sugar swings are all over the place. He'd been relying on white rice and bread to feel full, but those foods were spiking his glucose and forcing his kidneys to deal with extra filtration stress. I suggested a simple swap: replace his rice with half a cup of cooked quinoa 3 to 4 times a week. Nothing dramatic, no strict diet, just a swap. 6 weeks later, he was a different man. His energy wasn't crashing after meals, his creatinine stabilized, his swelling reduced, and he even lost a few pounds without trying. "It feels like my body isn't fighting me anymore," he said with a smile. That's the power of low acid, low phosphorus, high fiber, complete protein. Scientifically, quinoa stands out because it's alkaline forming, helping neutralize the chronic acid load caused by years of animal protein consumption. It's rich in magnesium and antioxidants that support vascular health, which is crucial because healthy blood vessels feed healthy nephrons. And because quinoa has a low glycemic index, it helps prevent the blood sugar spikes that accelerate kidney damage in seniors with diabetes. Studies show that plant-based protein sources like quinoa can reduce inflammation markers and improve metabolic stability, 2 key factors in slowing CKD progression. Enjoy it warm with vegetables mixed into salads or used as a base for your meals. Your kidneys will feel the difference often faster than you expect. But don't go anywhere yet, because just knowing these 6 proteins isn't enough. There's one final factor, something hidden in your daily routine that determines whether your kidneys heal or continue to decline. You know, if you've watched this far, it already tells me something important about you. It tells me that you care about your health, you want clarity instead of confusion, and you're willing to take real steps to protect the kidneys that have supported you through every chapter of your life. And that matters, because kidney decline doesn't happen overnight, and healing it doesn't happen overnight either. But every small change, every smarter protein choice, every moment of awareness moves you closer to a stronger, more stable future. So I want you to take a breath, look at everything you've learned today, and remind yourself that you are not powerless, you are not stuck, and you have far more control over your kidney health than you've ever been told. And please, if this video helped you understand your kidneys even a little better, do one thing for yourself right now: save this video so you can come back to it whenever you need guidance. And then hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications, because I share new, easy-to-follow kidney health lessons every week, the kind of information that can help you lower creatinine, reduce swelling, protect your filtration rate, and avoid the mistakes that push so many seniors toward dialysis without realizing it. Don't miss the knowledge that could change your numbers and your life. Because here's the truth I want you to carry with you. As you go about your day, your kidneys are not destined to fail. They respond to care. They respond to gentler foods, cleaner proteins, better routines. They respond to you. And no matter where your starting point is, whether your creatinine is rising, whether you're exhausted, whether you're scared, there is always a path forward. Always. And I'm here to walk that path with you, one video at a time.